Hey guys, what's up? I'm here today with episode 3 of the Starbound suggestion series, and today's entry comes in from Alvin Flummox, who he made a post before which was useful in one of our Starbound stuff videos, so yeah, thanks to him again for now giving us this good idea, which is zombie survival mode. So the first point I would like to talk about is his idea is the health and damage. Now he wants to make this game as realistic as possible if a zombie invasion really did happen. So the first thing he said is that he'd like it so you would die in like 1 or 2 hits, with a possible chance that it would take more hits than that with a gear upgrade, so maybe 2 or 3 hits instead of 1 or 2. He wants it so if the zombie hits you, you can start bleeding, which you would probably have to heal with either a health pack or a bandage or something, which you'd have to find around the map or create them maybe. And also the health packs that you do find are extremely rare, so if you get injured, there's a chance you can be injured for a long time. So yeah, that's health and damage. The next point that I'm going to talk about is death. When you die in this game, you are dead. Your character does not come back, you lose it, and there aren't any respawns. But he does add that he likes the idea of being able to choose to replay the same world, but from the beginning on a new game, if the player wants to. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is for death. When you die, you die. The next point is the mobility of your character. So he wants to make the jumping realistic, so you can only maybe jump 2 to 3 blocks, but he also wants to make it that you can climb larger walls to get over them. And maybe later on in the game you can create items such as rope, or get a vehicle so you can climb bigger obstacles, or maybe break some terrain to get into a certain area that you could not before. So yeah, pretty simple stuff there, but very nice. The next point I'm going to be talking about is gathering resources. Now first of all, he wants to make it so the speed of the resource gathering is going to be decreased drastically, so it's more realistic. So you're not just going to be chopping down trees in 5 seconds, mining blocks in 5 seconds, and you won't be able to carry everything that you get. Like in real life, you can't just walk around with 90 tons of iron and coal on you. So yeah, things like that you cannot do. But in order to increase your carrying capacity, you can have things such as backpacks, or maybe a minecart that you send back and forth to your base, and yeah, things like that. So building and gathering resources itself is kind of its own separate mission, which you need to try and set up really for the game if you want to survive the zombies. So yeah, some good ideas here, and I like them a lot. The next point is light and weather. Now he wants to make light a very important gameplay mechanic, and most areas in the game will have either little light or completely pitch black. If it's a night time and the clouds are out, you shouldn't be able to see anything since they're blocking the light, and you shouldn't go out if you're not prepared. But if the sky is clear and stars and the moon are visible, there should be some light reflecting to see this. He also wants it to be used as it can be used as an important weapon for the player to use. Like, you can throw a flare down and the zombies will get distracted by it, and then you can sneak past them undetected. And so yeah, it's the safer way of travelling. You can use light to your advantage. He also wants weather in the game to be very important. This can be like dynamic weather with storms and harsh weather conditions that would add a bigger risk to the game, but also reward. If you risk exploring the storm with bad visibility and bad conditions, you can try and hold up somewhere where it's safe, but you might waste an entire day in the process. So yeah, light and weather, important factor, and a lot of your decisions will be based off this. So yeah, I like this a lot. Yeah, I like it. The next thing is the multiplayer. Now he wants to make it a multiplayer, so when more people join the game, the zombies will scale to reflect this. So when you have more people, obviously, if you don't have more zombies, it's going to be easy. So the more zombies will spawn, the more people that join the game, and possibly they will scale in damage, maybe, who knows. But items won't be affected, so the more people you have, there'll be more people looking for resources, so hopefully you'll be able to expand quicker and gather them more quickly, but having to upgrade more people's equipment should balance this out. So even though you can get resources more quickly, you still need more items from the resources, so it should balance the game out, scale it correctly, and not make the end game come too fast, pretty much. So yeah, good scaling ideas here. And yeah, we'll see you in the next point. The next point are the undead, basically the zombies. Now, he has designed a lot of them, which is very nice of him to do that. And yeah, I'm going to try and cover every one of them. It might take a long time, but I don't care, I'm going to go for it. So the first type of zombies that you have are your basic zombies, like your typical type of zombies. They're slow moving, they think slowly, and all they want to do is really eat you. The most of the zombies you encounter in the game will be these zombies, especially early on in the game. It's going to be mainly these, but they are able to climb up small ledges to try and get you. So yeah, these are your typical zombies, the things you just massacre and kill. Yeah, your standard zombies. A bit later on in the game, you may encounter some zombie soldiers. Yeah, these have more armor, heavily armored, and they're identical to the normal zombies, apart from, because they're armored, they're going to require more damage to kill. And they're also more resistant to damage in certain places, since they're wearing armor. So, if you shoot them in the body, they're going to have body armor on, so they won't take as much damage. The next zombie type are Twitchers. Now, these are a lot faster at running, and they're able to quickly cover the ground between, you. So if you're standing there, and there's a Twitcher, he's going to get you quite quickly. So, yeah, and they hit a big punch with their hit, so they hit hard. So you've got to watch out for these Twitchers, because they will come at you. Next ones are Bloaters. Now, these are fat zombies, and they're just full of water. They move very slowly, but, if they hit you, you will die, because they basically, their attack is they fall on you. So yeah, they're just gonna crush you. You're gonna die. If they fall on you, you're dead. Don't even try surviving. You stay away from them. Okay. The next zombie type are Boomers. These are quite similar to Bloaters, but they are inflated with gas instead of water. And when you shoot them, they blow up and damage nearby zombies and blocks. They're very effective at destroying blocks, as they can explode when they get near your base. So yeah, if you see one of them coming towards you, shoot it before it gets to you. Otherwise, it's gonna cause problems. It's like a creeper in Minecraft. If that gets in your house and blows up, yeah, pretty much that, guys. Zombie dogs, or other land animals. They're very fast, and their strong bite makes them extremely dangerous. They are ineffective at breaking blocks though, so yeah, maybe you can build a wall to keep them out. And they are able to sense the player over much greater distances due to their heightened sense of smell and hearing. So yeah, they're basically like real dogs. They can sense where you are. So if you're if you throw a flare maybe to get past some zombies, but one of them is a dog, he might sense you doing it and come after you. Yeah, dogs, gotta be careful of those. The next one are zombie crows. They can fly. That's all you need, flying zombies, and they fly quickly. They're going to be small, so they're hard to hit, which makes them dangerous, and they can fly in flocks or groups. And they are unable to break blocks, but they can fly through one block gap. So if you build a roof, you're pretty much safe. But if there's a bit of a construction problem and you leave a gap open in your roof, yeah, you might sleep one night and then get your face bit off. So yeah. The next zombie type are Bouncers. They are small zombies that are able to jump much higher than the player to get to hard to reach areas that other zombies cannot reach. So yeah, these guys bounce around, that's probably why they're called Bouncers. They bounce around and get up to high places and probably just bounce on you, try and kill you. So yeah, if you're trying to build a wall to keep them out, make sure it's very high. The next zombie type are Chargers. They are large zombies that attempt to crush the players by running at them at high speed, and they can also charge into walls and do a lot of damage to the blocks. So yeah, build a wall, they're going to charge into it and try and smash it down. So yeah, got to be careful for these zombies, and yeah, they do damage to the blocks in the process. So yeah, try and shoot them, I guess, before they get near you. The next zombie type Rhinos. I didn't know rhinos were zombies. Zombie rhinos, maybe? Rhinos, large heaps of muscles that will take a lot of damage before they collapse, so a bit like tanks sort of type. They'll pick up chunks of the earth and throw them at the player and blocks. Very effective at breaking blocks. So, I don't know, maybe the zombies will ride these. So yeah, if you see a rhino coming at you, shit. Crawlers, relatively fast zombies that are able to crawl up walls and pick out blocks anywhere on your base. They would become more common as you progress to reflect your increasing defenses and prevent you effectively just blocking off all the zombies. So yeah, crawlers, legless crawlers running around, climb up walls with their hands, and they will try and destroy blocks in your base wherever they can. So yeah, gotta be careful. Swamp zombies can hide in murky water and spring out at the player. So yeah, these are the zombies. They're gonna make you jump. You're gonna run around like chilling, and then zombie's just gonna jump at you and you're gonna shit yourself. Next zombie, snappers, have long tentacles that can hit the player over a long distance. So yeah, long range zombies that will try and smash you with a tentacle. Nice, nice. Clingers, small crawling creatures that attempt to jump and latch onto the player and bite them. They can leap large distances and up high walls. So yeah, if you've ever seen like the actual Alien film, like the little babies that sort of like jump on your head, I think. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that film. Yeah, pretty much like that. They jump on you, latch onto you, and start doing damage. And they can also climb up high walls. Rupturers have large egg sacs attached to their bodies that can explode and release tiny clingers. Yeah, so pretty much the alien mother. The alien mother has an egg sac attached to them with all these little clingers, and when you kill them, they can explode and release little tiny clingers. I have no idea what I just said, but yeah. Dischargers can shoot toxic liquid over a long distance. Burrowers can make sure you protect your base from the bottom, because they can come up from underneath, so that they burrow. They're underground zombies that dig. Screamers, they will scream and attract more zombies if they aren't killed quickly after the player comes into their line of sight. So basically like an alarm. If the alarm goes off, they are the alarm, and then they call for attention. Wrenchers are able to grab the player and drag them into the zombie horde. Fun. Planning the construction of your base therefore becomes more and more important as you progress, so that you're effectively able to deal with all these types of enemies. Cool. And yeah, that's all for the normal undead. There are also rare undead, which I will cover in the next part of this video. The next thing are the rare undead, and there's only one of these at the moment, but it is the zombie matriarch. Yep. Which is surrounded by swarms of clingers, and the spawn rate of ruptures increases leading up to her appearance. So yeah, that's basically one of the rare undead. Very nice looking, and yeah, maybe they'll drop more stuff, better loot, more XP. I don't know how this game works 100%, but yeah, they look pretty cool. So yeah, watch out for these guys. Gotta be careful. The next part is the story, or kind of the story, how you begin in the game. Basically, you begin the game in a little underground cave which is in the countryside, and all you have is a axe. There's no explanation, no story, so there isn't a story, and you have no idea what's going on. And the best way, because that's the best way to begin a zombie apocalypse in this guy's opinion. There'll be no obvious buildings, zombies, or survivors in sight, giving you a bit of time to settle in before the hordes arrive. Your initial goal would be to gather enough resources to build a little shelter to keep yourself safe for the night. The axe can be used to gather wood to build a basic construction that will help hold back the zombies. You would be unable to break dirt or stone, etc. until you have found a pickaxe or a spade to use. The goal would then be to explore and gradually upgrade until you're able to build a ship and escape the planet altogether. So the game does have an overall objective, build a ship and escape. But yeah, basically that's how you start. No idea how you got there. I don't know if the game will have a progressive story as you go through it. No idea. But yeah, it doesn't really matter as long as you get to kill some zombies. So yeah, that is the story. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is the landscape. Basically, the landscape is going to have a distribution of villages, towns and cities, and countryside and other biomes. The zombie density varies depending on the area you are in. So in towns you have more zombies, in the countryside you have less zombies, and there may also be some different types of zombies that can only spawn in certain areas. He believes that a procedural generation system would have to appropriately distribute resources throughout the randomly generated landscapes, and they would need to generate carefully to prevent the game either being too easy or too hard. And he thinks it would create much better replayability if the maps themselves were randomly generated and the map wasn't designed beforehand. So yeah, that's basically what he would like for the landscape. Lots of towns and cities, and he wants it all to be random to give the game more replayability. So yeah. The next thing will be survivors. So yeah, in this game there will be random survivors that you could find. They could either be hostile or they could be cooperative, and the decisions, you'd have to make a decision on how you approach them, because they might try and hit you in the head, or they might heal you, who knows. Some may open fire on you without warning, others may give you they might give you a warning before they attack you, and it's up to you to decide what to do. Take the risk and might get rewarded for it, or you could get shot and die. You never know. There are also other NPCs that you can encounter that they may be more friendly, and if you escort them back to your base and gear them out, deck them up with some gear, they can help you gather resources, and Yeah, but apparently more survivors, however, will come with the risk of attracting the attention of more zombies. So yeah, there is also a chance as well that some of the survivors may have some talents that you can use, which are the engineer, the doctor, and the firearm experts. So the engineers, they can more effectively maintain equipment such as traps and use less resources to carry out repairs. Can also teach you to build more complicated vehicles and equipment, and also more effectively gather some resources. The doctor can treat wounds more effectively than you can yourself, and it can teach you how to make some more complex healing items to use on yourself. So, I don't know, maybe like a syringe with healing injections. Yeah, totally. And also a firearms expert can train you to be more effective with firearms and explosive usage, and can teach you how to build more weapons. So yeah, if you want an AK-47 and only this guy knows how, he's your guy. So yeah, that's everything there is on survivors, and I'll see you in the next part in like 1 second after this bit. And I'm back, like I said. Yeah, so now we have traps and defense. So the first trap is the boulder trap, which releases a large stone boulder to squash zombies in its path. It requires a new boulder every time it is activated, and it will take a while to arm itself, and the boulder will break as soon as it hit a wall or hits enough zombies. So yeah, boulders rolling around killing people sounds fun. The next trap is an arrow trap, a simple trap that can be used to fire arrows at zombies. There's a manned version and an automatic version. Nice, and it must be restocked with arrows periodically to function. So maybe it has a 30 arrow capacity, and every 30 arrows you have to reload it. Mines explode in a small area around them, leaving a crater in their wake. Would be one use, obviously, so all resources are lost once it's activated. Will kill an infinite number of zombies in the explosion radius, so very powerful if used correctly. So yeah, plant mines in the right area, and if a lot of zombies get close to it, boom, they're dead. Spike pit. Spikes will damage zombies if they fall on them, so yeah, maybe put some trap grass down, they walk across, and they fall on some spikes. Now, a hot tar bucket. Release a bucket of hot tar onto the heads of enemies below. Requires precious energy to heat the tar in the first place, so yeah, that must hurt, but they're zombies, so they don't feel pain, hopefully. Actually, hopefully they do feel pain, because I want them to. Turrets. You can get rocket turrets, machine guns, and lasers. Laser turrets. They can be used more effectively to take out zombies. Also come in an automatic version, automated variety requiring more parts, but means they don't require an operator to function, and they can be turned on and off as required. Nice. They require a lot of resources to contract, however, to balance out their power, so these things seem like they're going to be good, and they must be restocked with ammunition batteries periodically to function. So I assume rockets and machine gun uses ammo, and then lasers are powered by batteries. Nice. Yeah, so that's all there is for traps and defense. Some very nice ideas there, and it will look good in the game. I really want to drop some hot tar on some zombies' heads. It sounds like fun. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part in another like 1 second. And I'm back again with the next section, which is vehicles. So yeah, there are 3 vehicles that he would like to put in the game, and they're very useful during the game, but they require a lot of resources, yeah, as you would imagine. And you're very lucky if you find them while you explore, so there might be some random vehicles placed around. So the first one is a cart, which allows you to carry more resources at once. However, it can only be dragged up and down slopes of 1 block. And it can be upgraded to have an automatic turret attached to help defend while you gather resources. So nice, just mining some blocks whilst the zombies were getting shot. The next vehicle is a motorbike, which allows much faster travel around the landscape. However, it's not very well protected. So yeah, you're pretty open with that. You might get hit by one of those toxic zombie things. And it requires a lot of resources to construct, as you would imagine. And the last vehicle is a Jeep. It requires even more resources to build than the motorbike, where it's got a lot more protection. It allows you can carry a lot of resources on it, and it can place turrets on the back, but that will reduce the space for the resources. So you either have to sacrifice protection for more resources, or sacrifice resources for more protection. So yeah, that's all the vehicles, and next up are the items. So the last thing is now the items. So the first item is the axe, which can be used to gather wood from trees. The spade, which digs up dirt and clay and other softer blocks. The pickaxe, which breaks stone and other harder blocks. wire cutters, which are required to build and dismantle electronic devices, the spanner, which is used for crafting, the workbench, which is made from wood and can be used to store all your tools in one place. Anything crafted near the workbench won't require you to have the tools in your inventory if they're placed on the workbench. Wiring is used in electrical devices, sensors for automatic devices, batteries, an extremely important resource required for all electrical devices to function. A generator is very rare but can be used instead of batteries with certain devices. Wheels are for building vehicles, a health pack and syringes, which are for recovering lost health. Bandages help stop the bleeding. Needle and thread stitch up the wounds, and glue also useful for sealing up wounds. So yeah guys, if you have a cart, just stick some glue on it. So yeah, that is everything. This turned out to be a really long video, but yeah, hopefully I interpreted everything he said correctly. Hopefully I didn't get anything too wrong. I hope the video wasn't too boring. I hope it was good for you to watch. I tried to make it as good as possible. And yeah, thanks for watching this video guys, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye!